Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Thursday Live. Good morning. Good morning. I've already been chatting with some of my friends over here on Frizzy Bee. I am broadcasting this one to both Frizzy Bee and Yummi Cats today again. And that's because I'll be working on some Yummi Cats orders while we're hanging out today. I've already got one on my hook here. I had a repeat customer that came and she placed a rather large order. Her name is Angela, so thank you, Angela, if you're here. But she ordered 2 Yummi Cats plushies, one Sprinkle, the regular size, and then one of the Nanner ones. And Nanner comes with Split, which is its little banana topping pal. So right now I've got like the hat part of the banana that I've been working on, and that's pretty much done. I think now I'm gonna have to grab the other color to start building up the banana part of the banana for lack of a better explanation. Anyways, if you're here, say hi in the chat. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from if you're new. And I see some familiar faces here. I've got my amazing patron, Froggy. Oh, good. You love the nanner. Yes. Froggy and I got to jump on yesterday. So Froggy is my amazing patron in my inner hive. And so we were able to get on yesterday and we had our very first live chit chat face to face on Zoom. And we actually ended up staying extra long. And so it was about an hour and a half, I would say, huh? We just got to chatting and it was a lot of fun. Hi, Erica. Welcome back. How's it going? And I've got my Simply Made by Hand. She's in the chat again, and I'm glad to have you back. So it's been a little crazy this week. It's weird. I did actually do a little bit of filming this morning because I haven't been filming myself vlogging very well this week. I feel like I got a little bit overwhelmed. It's hard because when you're starting a new business, and this is it for me, right? I really want this to be my full-time gig. And so I'm trying to build up multiple streams of income, multiple channels at the same time. And it's all by myself, right? So this is super exciting for me. I absolutely love it, but it can get kind of stressful, because it's like, okay, I've got my Frizzy Bee guys and I love my crochet people here on Frizzy Bee, and then I'm building Yummi Cats, and so it's like just trying to make sure that I'm present everywhere. And I've got my Patreon going, I've got this Kickstarter going, which, let me tell you guys, we're halfway to the initial goal, which will allow me to get Sprinkle manufactured. So I'm so excited about that. Like, people are really enjoying the plushies, and surprisingly, I've had actually a lot of people pick up the biggest bundle that I offer, the mega bundle, if you will, which gets you like both the plushies. It gets you a whole Topping Pals handmade set from me. You get like a Yummi Cat kitten that's handmade for me. You got a whole bunch of stuff, but it's like $110, So I was very surprised to see that a lot of people were backing at that level, which is amazing. Like, I'm so appreciative of, anyone that is willing to support this Kickstarter and get it going. So yeah, it's been exciting to kind of, I feel like it's like a watch pot never boils, so I got to stop. So I'm like, refresh. Did anybody else see my post? Refresh. Oh, Erica, you're waiting for your daughter to get home from school. Yeah. Oh, so you guys already started school then. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad that you're in. Oh, I missed your live, Froggy. I need to like somehow, I don't know, remind myself when you go live, because I like to join you too. I feel like this is so much fun for me because I tend to be a very outgoing person, and I love chit-chatting, with people, but doing this, it's at home, it's by myself. And so this gives me like that, it scratches that itch of needing to have a community of other crafters that enjoy crocheting too, or like the Yummi Cats, and just, it's fun. I like to answer people's comments and all of that. So Okay. Erica said her daughter started yesterday. Oh, you were chatting with your friends. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I was explaining to, I was telling Froggy that some don't understand the reason to take something from handmade and then to get it manufactured. And so we were having kind of a conversation about that yesterday. But it's just another way to expand the business, and it's a different demographic. Some people just really love plushies made out of fabric that are super soft and snuggly and last a long time, and they tend to be a cheaper option. And for me, I like doing so many different things. Obviously, I'm a big proponent for handmade business, as I have many things that are handmade, and I'm an author illustrator for children's books. I have a lot of hats that I wear. But that's not to say that I don't also love, the fact that I can bring this into a different demographic of someone who wants to be able to bring this home, but maybe can't afford the, $40 plushie or whatever, for a handmade one. So it's just trying to reach a bigger audience, and in the long run, to expand a business, you have to be able to keep up with it, right? And so if I'm the only one that's crocheting all of the kittens and the cats and everything, it's just, there's no way for me to expand it. And so that's kind of like where I'm at with it. And so I'm glad to hear that other people can understand that as well. Oh, good. Simply Made by Hand said she loves hanging out with us. Yeah, I do. It's just so much fun, And like, we have so many random things that happen, like my needles breaking on camera, and then, yarn barf city, which this is what happened, guys. And I cannot deal with yarn barf. What am I going to do with this? I just got so frustrated, so I just cut it away. My mom will come over later, and she likes to deal with this, and so I'm like, here you go, Mom. You can ball it for me if you wouldn't mind. And so then I can use it for something else, but I would rather just cut something away than sit and try to spend 20 minutes trying to untangle it. I just can't. I don't know. It's like, I don't know if I've always been this way, but especially as I get older, that's like one of those things. It's almost like triggering for me. Like, I just can't, I don't like constrained feeling. And so dealing with that kind of a mess gives me that icky vibe. It's so funny. Anyways, so I've got my banana here that I'm working on, my little split pal, which I'm just about done here. I just realized I need to do one more decrease. And I'm doing decreasing. So normally, if you saw my video yesterday that I posted, I did one. It was like my 5 tips for new crocheters, specifically for amigurumi crocheters. But one of them was like the bonus tip, and it was about invisible decreasing, which I didn't know about for like 10 years of crocheting. I had no idea it existed, and I would never go back. However, having said that, there is a time and a place for a standard decrease in my mind. And one of those is like what I'm doing right now. And so what that is when you're doing a flat piece like this, and you can see both sides, right? Because if you do an invisible decrease on the back side of your work, you're leaving the, since you work it in the front loops, you're leaving the back loops unworked. You would see those 2 stitches that you're combining, you would see them on the back. So in order to avoid that, since this is going to be visible, I am doing the regular decrease. So that's like when I would use it versus when I wouldn't. But for the most part, if it's an ami and it's being stuffed and that's in the inside, invisible decrease. That's like my go-to. I love that stitch. One of my faves, if you will. It's like that and the double magic ring instead of the regular magic ring. Those are like, I wish I knew those 15 years ago when I first started my crochet journey, Yeah. Let me know what your guys' favorite stitches are, or, anything that you learned that you wish you'd known. I'm curious. Is it just me? Like, I think I mentioned to you guys too, when I first started crocheting, I made them all inside out. And I don't know if that's like, is that just a personal preference? That I'm not too sure about, but for a really long time, I was like looking at my amis that I would, make off of other people's patterns. And then I would look at, the person's amis, and they didn't look the same, and I couldn't figure out why. And then eventually I realized, I don't know, I must have just looked at the stitches on the inside, and I'm like, oh, that looks kind of right. And then flipped it around, and I'm like, oh, I've been doing it inside out this whole time, darn it. So anyway, yeah, that's... See, you're always learning. I feel like you always learn new things, and it doesn't matter how many years you've been doing this, you will always find that there's something that you didn't know, and then you can apply it, from then on out. So, yeah. Yeah, Froggy agrees. Magic ring and invisible decrease. Love the half double crochet stitch. Oh, yeah. Yep, half double crochet. Actually, speaking of that particular stitch, so this is my pattern that's going to be coming. I'm going to release it to my patrons for an exclusive amount of time before I add it into my shops. So if you're a patron of the Frizzy Crocheters or the Inner Hive, this will be coming this month. I have got to finish the writing, typing part of the pattern, but I did test it. It's this cute little ladybug over here. So this ladybug... This big ladybug, my daughter kept saying, make it bigger, make it bigger. So this ladybug is made with blanket yarn. And then, so this was the first one. And there was a couple of things that I decided when I was making this. Number one, I screwed up because it was the first one, and you can see the stitching, and that bugs me really bad, you guys. Like, my OCD is not happy about that. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, what can I do? How can I fix this? And it was something so simple, and I just don't know. At the time, I just didn't think about it, and it didn't occur to me that this was possible. I don't know why. But if you just stitch the spots onto the topmost layer, like the topmost stitch, so if you can imagine a stitch being multiple layers, right? If you're just lightly picking up that top stitch layer and not going all the way through the piece, you don't get that. Anyway, well, so this is my little one. So I made her out of acrylic yarn. So this just shows you same pattern, you guys. Same pattern. But one is with acrylic and one is with blanket yarn. And obviously the hook sizes are different, But the other thing I added in, and you probably just saw it, was this is an optional thing. So by all means, like if you're a patron or eventually if you purchase the pattern later on, you don't have to do this step. But I did because I felt like it. I added a little underwing, you guys. And I actually got my sewing machine out. But you could do it by hand too. But look, like, so with the acrylic, it kind of can stand up a little bit because it's a stiffer yarn. But like, look at the cute little underwings. Because ladybugs have the underwing. Like, this is just the cap. These the bigger ones, that's like the cap. And they whip those out and then they unfurl their underwing. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to make an underwing. Look how cute that is. I was like so happy. I was so proud of myself. I'm not a sewer by any means, but I just thought, that's cute, and it's soft and snuggly because it's just made out of fabric. So, but yeah, you could hand stitch it. You don't have to use a sewing machine. But anyways, so yeah, that's the little one. And so pattern has been tested. We're good to go. I just need to do all the typing up. So, oh, Simply made her projects all inside out too. Oh yeah, in the beginning, I know, right? I wonder why we did that. Like, where did that come from? I don't even know. I guess it's like, I just don't know. I don't know how we did that, but we did it. Yeah. Anyways, so the only thing I can't decide, and maybe you guys can help me. The only thing I can't decide if I want to do or not, or maybe make this another optional step. So if you just like let it go, right? Especially with the acrylic one, because this is thicker, it kind of like pops up a bit. So I was thinking that an option could be that we could, around this second leg, we could do like a little chain that would almost allow it to, almost like a button, if you will, like just a little chain that's connected to the wing. And that would, in essence, just keep it down so that if you wanted the ladybug to just be like that it could be like that. It almost looks like one of those bandanas, doesn't it? How funny. Let me know what you think. Like, should I add that as another optional step? The only thing is that if we do that, like, I'm just thinking, okay, so one of two ways. We could either do a little button here and then a button like on the underside so you wouldn't see it. The other option would be to actually do a chain, like I said, and have like a little loop. So then the loops would be on the wings. So that's the only kind of downside on that. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. Steve says, give her eyelashes. Oh, that'd be cute. I've seen a lot of people doing that lately where they actually, I can't even see, it's always opposite of what I think. Okay. Yeah, where they actually take like regular people eyelashes and just put them on there. It's kind of weird. Or you could stitch them, you know. You could stitch them. Steve, let me know where you're tuning in from. Are you one of Froggy's buddies or people that hang out on Froggy's channel? Very cool. Anyways, so this is coming. This is coming. I just have to finish the pattern. Like I said, I really desperately need to type that up so I can get that out. I feel so far behind this month. You know, it's already August 22nd and I don't have this month's pattern up on Patreon. And so I feel like a little bit like that rush that I need to get this done and hurry up with it. Because then I need to work on September's and I already have an idea for that. I'm thinking Halloween is coming. So I have an idea for a Halloween-y kind of pattern. But this one, like, I never intended it to be this advanced or, you know, detailed of a pattern. You know, usually when people have patrons and Patreon and stuff like that, the patterns that are offered are more basic. But my daughter kept saying make it bigger, and then my brain just went to, oh, what else could I add? You know, and so I just kind of went crazy, I think. So, oh, you sent Amy and Steve over. Thank you, Froggy. Oh, anyway. So yeah, so next month's pattern, I'm gonna make it be not as difficult, so hopefully I can get it out sooner in the month instead of towards the end of the month. And then I'd like to ultimately get it so that I have it ready to go by the end of the prior month. I mean, I know this is asking a lot because I feel like I'm so disjointed, but you know, this is all so new for me. So I think this is kind of like forcing me to be more organized, which is difficult too for me. So yeah, I'll get there. I know I will. I'm going to get there, but it's just going to take some time. So anyway, okay. I feel like I've been yapping here. So continue to yap in the chat, but I'm pausing on the banana because I know that I'm going to have to do the, I think I have the yarn available, but I'm also going to have to do the embroidered face. And I don't know that I have all that with me right now. So I am going to work on the sprinkles. So I have orders for 2 of the sprinkles, and right now they just have their tails and their ears, but their bottoms are still unfinished. So I need to finish those and add the feet basically. And then these are done, but they need their patty party hats. So that's where we're at. Crafting Adventures with Amy. Oh, hello, Amy. Welcome in. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you again. Oh, it's so nice to see so many familiar faces. You guys have been hanging out with me on other chats too. This is fun. Lots of fun. Okay, so I'm going to close these little kitties up here. So let me know in the chat, what are you guys working on? I want to know. Okay, I'm going to pull this a little bit down, and there you can see there's the giant sprinkle that is the giveaway for the Kickstarter. So if you do back the Kickstarter or share about the Kickstarter, there's one other way too. and I'm blanking right now, but there's like 3 different ways to get your name in the hat for the giant sprinkle, because I am basically raffling that if we can be successful on the Kickstarter. So, oh yeah, yeah. Sprinkle's tail is a candle. So, so from the front, oh Jesus, you guys, I just can't. Okay, so from the front, it's meant to look like she's got a candle on her head. So that's kind of where the tail it comes in to play on this one. And on the Kickstarter plushie, the tail will actually have pink stripes on the white. And I'm still kind of going back and forth about if I should add that onto the handmade one or not. I haven't yet, just because none of the images or stickers or anything have them on there. So, I feel like if I do that, I just need to do a lot more updating. Make a dodo bird. Oh, that would be fun. I'm going to write that down. That's a good idea. You're making a crocheted pixel art turtle. I am very curious to see what that looks like for sure. Okay, I'm writing down dodo bird, Steve. Dodo bird. That'd be fun. Froggy's working on a knit shawl. Yes. And I got to see a peek of it yesterday, and it's beautiful. Very, very cute. All right, let me see which row I'm at. Hang on, I got to count for a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I'm just decreasing around here. So here we go. Yeah, tonight is my son's back to school night. So both my kids, they'll start next week on Wednesday is when they go back to school. And then it'll be quiet during the day. Oh my gosh. It's hard when you have kids, right? And you're also trying to start a business. Oh, Steve, you're making a dodo bird. I thought you were saying I should make one. You're making a dodo bird. Oh, very cute. Is this your pattern or is this somebody else's pattern? Let me know. How fun. So that means you enjoy making amis. So awesome. Yeah, amis are lots of fun. Let me know too. So I tried something different. I made a video that I posted yesterday that's like 5 tips for new crocheters of amigurumi. And let me know, is that a type of video that you like to watch? Not necessarily just for beginners, but also for those that have been crocheting for a while. Or do you like the lives better? Tutorials better? What kind of content is it that you guys really gravitate towards? Because I want to make sure that I'm getting up the things that you guys like to watch. So let me know. I'm all ears. Amy, okay. In-home childcare. So I'm just taking a break right now. Kids are resting. Aw. Kudos to you. I don't know that I could do that. I have a hard enough time with my own too sometimes. And we tend to be the house. It's like I feel like it's like the party house, which is even worse with my husband and I working full time on our different things that we have. He has the 9 to 5 and then I have mine that I'm getting going. So, but yeah, they always have friends over and sometimes it gets a little nuts. So Froggy loves all the videos and all the lives. Oh, good. Simply Made. You liked the video I did yesterday. Oh, good. Yeah, I've been seeing other people posting videos like that, and I had never really done one, so I thought, I should do that. I really haven't done a tutorial in a while, so I do want to do another tutorial. Oh, wow. Okay, so Steve makes scrap bags with, okay. Oh, very cool. So using up your scrap yarn and stuff like that? Wow. Very neat. I haven't really made bags. Although it's kind of funny. We had family visiting and they brought some things that were for the kids. In fact, one of them is for my daughter, except for I'm wearing it because she's 7 and I already found this left on the counter. But this is like a ring that's been in the family. And it's like real diamonds and stuff. And so I didn't want it to get lost, you know. It's definitely hers, but I'm sort of keeping tabs on it, if you will. So she got that, and then I ended up getting, my father-in-law's mom had made a crocheted like satchel bag that's a dark brown, and it has on the front of it, it looks kind of like an off-white sort of doily that's stitched down to it, and then it has an inner lining with like an inner pocket inside. So, you know, handmade. I guess she used to wear it all the time, and so they'd found that, thought of me, and then I ended up getting that. So it was really, really cute. My daughter's like, I want to take that, Mom. And she probably will at some point. Amy's got 11 kids having a dance party on the carpet. It was pretty crazy. Oh my gosh. What are the ages of the kids that are there? Wow. Yeah, we had my son and his friend were making a fort downstairs. And downstairs we try to keep it like not kid crazy. But yesterday, oh my gosh, I don't know what it was. I was busy doing stuff. My husband was busy doing stuff. We came down. And, you know, one of the things I eventually would like to do for Yummi Cats, but I'm just not quite there yet, is make slime that's based on the different cats, because I know how much kids love slime. So anyway, I have a bin in the closet downstairs of all my ingredients and everything like that. And the girls love to make slime, my daughter and her friends. And so they got out the slime and all the fixings, and they were making that on the kitchen, on the dining room table. And then the boys were making a fort. It was a hot mess. It was like Animal House. It was crazy. It was just all over the place. And my husband and I came down, and we were just like, oh my God. Now that we're done with work, we have to spend, you know, an hour trying to tidy up and clean. 2 to 10-year-olds. Oh, wow. Wow. That's, yeah. If it was me and I was doing childcare, like, at least I know when I've done parties and things like that, I always try to incorporate art and things into it just to try to keep them occupied. But that's tough. That's so tough. I you know, props to those that can handle that. I feel like that's why I'm not a teacher. I just don't think I could handle that many kids. I'd go insane. I already have a hard time when the noise level gets out of control, and there's like all the stimulation of, you know, they've got music going, and then they're hollering about something, and they've got their iPads on, and so you're hearing that, and then somebody's trying to talk to you, and it's like, oh my God, I just need a moment. I need to do like a mommy timeout. Play-Doh is a definite mess. Yes, it is. At least with the slime, like I told them, I was like, okay, you really want to do it. And they know how to make it, so I don't have to be there to help them make it, which is nice. But yeah, so I said, okay, as long as you guys clean it up, then go ahead. Go ahead. I can always buy more supplies or whatever. And so 3 girls were down there, and it kept them occupied. I'm telling you, though, it keeps them occupied for quite a while doing that. Like, I'm talking hours. They just really enjoy it. So it kept them occupied for quite a while, and they cleaned it up as a kid would clean it up, right? I mean, they put the bowls in the sink. They still had slime on them. The slimes were put into Ziploc baggies, so those were off of the table. But the table, like, the slime leaves behind kind of an oily look. So the whole table looked like kind of an oily mess. I'm like, ew, gross. I'm going to be eating there tonight. Yuck. Oh, so yeah, it's never going to be to our standard as parents. So you just kind of have to understand that. But they tried, and I think that they get props for that. The fact that they didn't just leave it all there and be like, I'm not going to clean this up, you know. So that worked out okay. But yeah, so they're starting up again. My son's not excited about it. He is not looking forward to school. So Amy says she tells the kids she wants a timeout. 1 minute per year old. And you get 59 minutes of timeout. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome, right? My sister-in-law, she actually, so she kind of converted like the Harry Potter closet under the stairs. She sort of converted that into, it's kind of like a hangout playish room, but she'll actually put herself into the room and shut the door when she needs a minute. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to be a parent. Anyway. Anyway, okay, so I just closed off one of the sprinkles bottoms, and I'm gonna clip this away, and then it just needs its little feet. Boop. So there's the bottom is finished on one, and now we got to do the other one here. Oh, no worries, Simply Made. She said she's a bit busy, so she's just listening today. Oh, that's totally fine. I get it. Totally get it. Oh, man. Yeah, I was thinking about, so I had somebody on the Yummi Cats side, they were asking if I would do a tutorial showing how to make the Yummi Cats. And I really kind of can't, only because I'm trying to sell them handmade. And so it's kind of like I just need to keep it for myself, at least for now. However, I have been thinking about other ways to do some tutorials for Yummi Cats. And so I was thinking like of potentially doing some how to make them out of clay or how to draw videos, something of that nature. So do you think that would be kind of interesting? I don't know if I may just post it over on Yummi Cats because I don't know how much my followers here would really want that, but I'm just thinking for kids, I know they love how to draw videos, and it's kind of fun to make things out of clay. I don't know. I'm all into all different kinds of art, so a long time ago on this channel, when it was under my other name, which was Ink and Stitches, I used to try to do different things, like what else did I do? I tried to do crafty things. I did vlogging for a bit prior, but it wasn't all crochet related, and I kind of felt like it wasn't as popular, so I pretty much just stopped doing it altogether. And now I have more followers now, so I don't know if that would be of interest at this point, but I do a lot of different things. I enjoy doing a lot of different things. So maybe it'll be something I share on Patreon or something for those that really want to see more content from me. I've been even thinking of adding like a podcast to my Patreon. And so I can just chit chat about different things that are on my mind for those that are interested in hearing. Anyway. So, how's it going over there? Let me know in the comments what you're up to this weekend, if there's anything going on that sounds like fun. Are you working on your crochet projects this weekend? What are you guys up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This one looks like it's going to need a little bit more stuffing here. 2, 2, 2. I'm going to add a little bit. I think I have it with me. Hang on a sec. Every time I'm working with plush yarn, it's like attacking me with all this little plushy bits that come off the end. You don't want to see my carpet right now below me. Requires a lot of maintenance to keep it clean down there. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to stuff just a little bit more. The bottom just felt a little like it needed some more fluff in there. Here we go. I always do the squish test. Does it feel squishy enough? I think that's better. Let me compare. Yep. Okay. I think we're good. I'm going to close it up here. Steve, how big is the dodo bird you're working on? Is it like it made out of blanket yarn or acrylic? Ah, come back. Here we go. I actually got 2 orders. These are the first orders from the UK, so we're going international here. So 2 sprinkles will be going to the United Kingdom, which I was super excited about. All right, just gonna tie this off and tuck in the end. Oop. Okay. Wiggle the end in. Here we go. All right. So we've got 2 heads with their tails. Now we just need their feet to be attached, and I have all their feet made. I just have to attach them. So let's pull them out of the bag. I've got my Joann's Make a Buzz bag. I love buying their bags when I'm there. They're good quality, and then, you know, I end up using them as project bags, or I'll use them to carry my stuff when the kids want to go to our club and go swimming. I'll just bring my stuff along with me. You know, it works out well. So they get a lot of use around here. And they're cute if you want to, like, gift them too. So if at some point you need to give somebody something, they make a good gifting bag. So Froggy, Froggy suggested accessories for the Sprinkles gang. So for example, a tennis racket, a ball, sunglasses, etc. Okay, so are you talking about making tutorials for crochet items? Is that what you were thinking? Because that would be interesting. That could be definitely something we could do. Yeah, you use the Joann's as project bags too. I've been purposely not going to Joann's. I want to, really desperately, but I've been purposely not going because I never stick to 1 skein or 2 skeins, and that's why I have so many of those bags. You know, and I have a lot of the big ones, the biggest size bag, so that just goes to show you, like, I can't seem to control myself when I go to Joann's because I'm like, oh, that's a cute color. I can make something with it. Yeah, so as tutorials, that's a really good idea. I think I might take you up on that idea, Froggy. That's great. Yeah. My son is trying to call me. It's like, I'm live, honey. It's Thursday. This is what I do on Thursdays. Yeah, no, that's a really good idea. Actually, that's interesting you said that. So one person, I was, you know, a lot of times when I'll go around on Kickstarter and just kind of see what other people are doing, and especially like in the plushie world. And hi, Pat, welcome in. Good to have you here. I know, I'm right with you, Froggy. $100, yeah, that would be nice if it stayed there at 100. I always try to get all my coupons in and whatever I have, and how can I get 20% off or whatever, but yeah, it's never under 100. Totally lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Oh, you were talking about accessories. Okay. Yeah, so one of the Kickstarters I saw was it was like a couple little characters that were like yay big. And one of the things that you could add on, they had it as a separate, like, if you want this, then, you know, it's $8 or whatever it is. She would make a little knitted cap that fits onto the little plushie. And so you could pick the color you wanted. She showed the 2 different colors that she had, but then she also said there was also a tutorial, like a free tutorial, if you wanted to make one for yourself. And I thought, oh, what a great idea. That's so cool. I really like that. Yeah, accessories would be fun. So they can get their Yummi Cat and then they can make things to go with it. Yeah. Pat, where are you tuning in from? Are you on the East Coast or are you over here on the West Coast? Okay, so I'm putting the feet on. So I always have to kind of set up the sprinkles how I want them to see where I want the feet to go before I put them on. Also to try to make sure that they stand up at the end once all 4 feet are on. I do my best. So I don't know if you guys saw last week, we had gone, my family and I had gone on a little couple night trip to the seaside, to Seaside is what it's called, Seaside, Oregon. It was so much fun. And yeah, so I bought myself a few things, which I can share with you if you're interested. So one of the things that I saw recently, and it's this thing it's underwater, and it's called a sea cow. Have you guys ever heard of a sea cow? It's a type of sea slug. My dad said it's a nudibranch, but they're so cute. It does look like an underwater cow. And it has like these green sort of, or is it no, it is a sea cow, I think. Now I'm getting confused if it's a sea cow or a sea sheep, but I think it's a cow. But anyways, either way, it's super, super cute. If you have never seen this thing, you should look it up. But then through that, I found that there is also a sea bunny. And at one of the stores there, they had a plushie of it. And I had to. Look how cute it is. I haven't even taken the tag off. Look how cute it is. It's a sea bunny. And it has like this little ruffly tail thing. And this is like a real thing, guys. Like this is under the water, okay? It's a little sea bunny nudibranch thing. And I had to get it. I guess I thought it was so freaking cute. I felt like a kid again. I'm like, oh my God. I looked at my husband, I'm like, can I get this? So this little bunny came home with me. I actually would like to crochet these things because I think they're so cute. Like, they don't have to be big, you know? Yeah, Froggy agrees to keep my my pattern for the Yummi Cats private, but to add some other fun things. Yeah. Right? Oh my gosh, it's so freaking cute. Oh, you guys, you have to see the sea cow though. It's no joke, it's really, really cute. But anyways, okay, so I got that. This is like show and tell. I like this. Okay, so they have these things. They're like little charms or whatever, and it has like a little card that you get with it that will talk about it in some way. So I picked up two. I was trying to see if I had the card handy, but I don't know if I do. Oh, I do. Hang on. Okay, here we go. So this is the Yuletide Yeti. I'm not even into Yetis, you guys, but look how freaking cute this is. Like, he's so haggard. He's so funny. Oh my God. So anyway, do you want me to read you what it says on the card? I'm such a kid, you guys. Like, I don't need this stuff, but I like little things. I really like little things. So anyway, it says, Yeti or not, here comes the holidays. It's a special time of the year. Let's prepare to celebrate with everyone we hold dear. This sweet and fuzzy Yeti is snow excited. Christmas is near. May it be a reminder to make time for all the holiday cheer. This is so funny. I took him home. I looked at the faces and I was like, okay, which one's calling to me? And then this one came home. Okay, so I got that. This is the other little charm, and I had to for obvious reasons. It's so tiny, but can you see that, you guys? It's a little bee. This is the lucky little bumblebee charm. This busy little bumblebee buzzing throughout the day is here to keep you company as you go along your way. Carries all good wishes and spreads loving thoughts too, while bringing lots of good luck, especially for you. Oh my God. Okay. So those were the two little charms. And then the other thing, and I must have gone through every single one of these things. And I was like, you know, you get a vibe. I don't know. It's the face, right? You get a vibe from something. And then you're like, okay, this one is talking to me. This one wants to come home with me. So this was the other thing. I don't know what they're made out of. I'm going to say a walnut, but I'm probably wrong. My daughter got one too. But this is the one that I brought home, and I don't know if I can really. Oh my God. Hang on. I'm going to put the head down so you can see. It's a turtle, and its little head moves. But it's like always facing up. So it's got like some sort of I don't know what it's got in there, but it's hard to show you. But look how freaking cute his face is. Like, they did such a good job, you know. And these are handcrafted in Mexico. They're called loose necks. But yeah, so I got this little yellowish one because I gravitate towards yellow now because I really like bees. So, and then my daughter got a pink one. So yeah, they're just so fun. They're just super cute. My kids, like, they'll spend $100 on candy easy, but I buy these like little tiny things, you know, just because they're so cute and they bring me such joy. So anyway. But yeah, so we went to Seaside. We had a great time. It's making us want to do more trips with the kids now that they're a bit older. So we're already talking about going and doing, since we have family come and visit, they live in Virginia. We're talking about next summer taking a trip to Nag's Head, which I guess is a beach town over there, and trying to do some sort of family reunion sort of thing. So that will be interesting. That will be exciting. So we're kind of have to work on the plan for that one and try to make sure everybody's available to come and hang out and see us. But yeah. And this year, so I am in October, I'm turning 40. So the thought is, and we don't have any tickets yet, so I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think it will. We're talking about taking the kids to Disneyland in California for the very first time. They have never been ever. So it'll be exciting. I feel like if we wait too much longer, they're kind of going to be beyond it. So, yeah, so we're talking about going there, and I would like to see Harry Potter. So that's Universal. So we'd have to take another trip over there because I guess in California, they're actually like an hour distance apart. Whereas when we lived in Florida, they were right by each other, so it wasn't hard to hop on over. Oh, good. You love my little chassis. Oh my gosh, hang on. I forgot one because it's hanging up, you guys. Hang on. I gotta hang on. Okay, you ready for this? So one of the people I follow here is called Catnip. I don't know if you guys know who Catnip is, but she has plushies, but she also has like enamel pins, stickers, stationery, all this fun stuff. She's out of the UK, and she has a little bee keychain that she just came out with for Bumblebutt, which is her little bee character. And I saw this. This is not Catnip, but in the interest of being able to have something like it, at least for now, until I can buy one of Catnip's myself, I got this little keychain, you guys. Look how cute it is. It even has a little tail. Look at that. Oh my god. It's from, let's see, Squishable is the name of the company that makes these. And oh my gosh, it's just too cute. It says Fuzzy Bumblebee Anne. So I guess the bee's name is Anne. But yeah, I'm like obsessed. I think it's so cute. And it's actually like the eyes on Nanner, the Kickstarter plushie, are going to look a lot like this. So yeah, it's so cute. Oh my god. So it sits up here on one of my lights and just hangs out with me. That one and the little bunny slug thing. They're my buddies. They hang out with me. So, but yeah, so one of the things that I have desperately need to work on is fixing my area. So I have you angled more than I usually do. So basically, just to kind of show you my office, if you will, there's a couch right there that Mel and Sprinkle are sitting on. And then I'm just going to kind of take you around so you can kind of see. So there's my printer. And then in front of that is my silhouette, so where I can print my stickers from. And then behind my ladybugs, you'll see Merlin. This is where Merlin hangs out, one of my cats. So he hangs out. This is it's the top of one of those 3-tiered carts. And Froggy and I talked about this yesterday. So he commandeered this spot, and I basically just said, fine, you can have it. And I put a blanket there, and this is where he sleeps and hangs out with me every day, all day long. So anyway, and then this desk that I have currently, it's an L shape. And so one side I usually use for filming like top-down footage, and then the other side has my screen. And then we have this, look, I'm giving you a studio tour. I have that, it's a unit from IKEA, and currently have some yarns, some of the handmade manufactured Yummi Cats that I had, at one point I was looking into the handmade ones as well. So I have some of those, and then I have tchotchkes because, you know, I like little things. And I have some of my crocheted stuff up here. And then I also have, I like to do those little mini kits, you guys. You know what I'm talking about? Those DIY like book nooks. Where is it? Right here. So these are the book nook kits. So I have several of those around my area here. But anyways, so my issue is, oh, and then I have this desk behind me. So this is like where I pack orders. And then behind that is a yarn, like a 3-tiered yarn storage unit, and stuff like that. But it's very packed in here, you guys. So I need to come up with something better than what I have. It's very limited space. And so I've just been trying to noodle about that. And figure out what I should do differently to try to make it feel like there's more space, but that it's very purposeful. Because as it is right now, I feel like it's like you have to put things away to be able to do something else, you know? So like if I need to ship something, if I'm using this for other things or it becomes a dumping ground, and then I have to clear it off so I can ship stuff if I want to do stickers. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not where it should be or where it needs to be to make it feel purposeful and right and make my life easier, you know? So, and if I don't like keep it tidy every day, it just becomes a mess because it's just such a small space. So I've been trying to think about like how to make my space feel better and feel like I don't have to take things out all the time and put them away all the time because I need more space, all that. So I'm still noodling about it. I have thought about moving the couch because we don't use it that much. I do like it because my son will sit on there sometimes with his iPad and hang out. But it does take up a lot of room, which I could be utilizing in other ways. And then I've also thought about taking my L-shaped desk, which takes up a lot of room, and maybe getting just like one of those desks that allows you to stand sometimes too, to avoid being sitting all day long every day. And that would free up the wall behind my other screen, which then I could use for, you know, like one of those packing areas, you know, those little like, what do you call those? It's like a bulletin board, but it's not, you know, it has hooks and things. Something like that. I could try to, I don't know. If you have any ideas, you guys, please let me know. If you have come up with some way to better organize yourself and make your space feel bigger when it's a small space like this, you know, because this is what it is for now. But as the business grows and stuff, I feel like it's not gonna be working very well for me. So I'm still noodling about it, but that's where I'm at. Okay, I have 1 foot on. I am just checking on the placement for the next foot here. Let's see. Simply Made Googled the bunny slug. It's really cute, right? Did you look up the sea cow? Look up the sea cow because I think it's super cute too. I think they would be cute little crochet patterns. Some people have tried to crochet them. But I would make my own, you know. I think those would be fun though. Something different. If you think of any characters too, let me know. I'll start making a list because I need ideas. I need ideas for amigurumi. But yeah. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. So one of the things too, you guys, I am gonna start a new series of videos, and I'm going to be interviewing other crocheters. So I'm starting to reach out to other crocheters in the community who have YouTube channels, and I want to have them on Frizzy Bee and chat with them about their businesses and their channels and all those things. So let me know if there's anybody that you'd like me to have on. I've already got Crochet by Jenna is going to be coming on. We have to get things figured out as far as timing and whatnot because she just got back from a vacation, but I'm going to have her on. So, and then, yeah, I'm just starting to kind of reach out to different people that I follow because I think they're awesome. And I think it would be a lot of fun so that, you guys can see other crocheters and other crafters and kind of like, it's like a cross pollinating, if you will, so their followers can see Frizzy Bee and vice versa. And then we can find out more about owning a crochet business. If that kind of content interests you. So yeah. Let me know if you guys like how that sounds, and I'm really excited about it. So I may also let people know when somebody's coming on, and that way you can let me know if there's any questions you have for them, and then we can go ahead and have those on there. Okay, Simply Made said, I don't have a craft room, but I have a hard enough time keeping my desk organized. Yeah. Oh my gosh, if I only had a craft room. Some sort of studio space that was my own. That's my only issue. I wish I had a space like that. I've even thought about taking over the garage, but then there's no windows, and I like windows. I like to be able to see light and stuff. Right? It sounds like fun, huh? The interview. She was talking about the interviewing. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do usually if I'm not here live with you guys. Like I'll enjoy watching other people's vlogs or lives if they're live and hang out, because it's it's a huge community, and I think it's really nice to learn from each other, because I think a lot of my subscribers here are either crocheters just for hobby, but also having their own small businesses, and so I think it's just nice to learn from each other. Okay, so Steve's giving me some suggestions here. I'm going to write these down, Steve. Okay, so duckbill platypus. I'm sensing a theme of birds and those sorts of things, because you've got pelican, okay, and a rhino. Very nice. I like it. I've added them to the list. All right. Did I tie that off? No, I don't remember if I did or not. I got sidetracked by Steve. A good sidetrack. If you've been around long enough, you'll know, though, that if I get sidetracked, I usually start having to frog things. Oh my gosh, the ladybug, you guys, when I was retesting the pattern, the wings were my nemesis. They were driving me nuts because I just couldn't get them to look the way that I wanted to. They were either too long and just sort of like covered too much of the ladybug, or they were too short. It was like Goldilocks was not being able to find just making it just right. I had to frog it so many times. It was getting to me. By the end of it, I'm like, oh my God, this freaking ladybug. I just need this pattern to be done already, I don't want to have to keep doing this. Ugh. Steve always sidetracks you too, Froggy. That's awesome. Oh, you're getting quite the rep, Steve. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. All right, we're working on a back leg here. Getting the back legs on. This is good. See, yeah. Oh man, Steve, you're Simply Made said, stop distracting people, Steve. It's getting real in here. Wow. I feel like I've been chatting with you guys. I haven't even been drinking my coffee. It's getting watered down. Look at this. I need to drink my coffee. What do you guys have a beverage of choice? Oh my God, Steve, you're hilarious. He said somebody around him there was neighborhood boys came over yesterday and were selling apple juice, origami cranes, and a rock. The rock was fab. Oh my God, that sounds like something my son would come up with. That's too funny. Froggy just used to do commissions and sell her work, but not anymore. It's just for fun now. Yeah. Yep. I've come in and out of that, you know, selling the finished plushies, then just doing the patterns, because then I don't have to sit and make them all. But then when this became like a full time for me, then obviously like I got to take what I could get, you know, because yeah, when you're laid off and, you know, you lose that income, you got to find ways to make it back as much as you can. Yeah, that is amazing. Did you buy the rock, Steve? Now I gotta know, did you buy something? The kids nowadays are so funny. Yeah, you know, my son, he's like, he has the entrepreneurial spirit, and he really wants to start like selling things and finding things that he likes that he can sell. But it's like they don't understand, you know, how to market things, and then what do people want to buy. So yeah, so he would totally do that. He would totally set up a stand of rocks and be like, okay, you know, which one do you want? Pat crochets for veterans to sell at the local farmers market. Very, very cool. Money goes to veterans that are homeless. Yep. Yeah, that's a great cause. So you bought the rock, Steve? Oh my gosh. I want to see a picture. Did it have a face? Was it like a pet rock, or was it just a literal rock? Yeah, Pat, that's great though. Like if you can crochet and make a difference in that way, that's awesome. I've thought about doing some stuff like that, even just like, you know, doing different things where I can gift things to, like, for pets mostly, because I, you know, obviously I make cats, so I'm thinking more along the lines of animal shelters, but stuff like that, yeah. Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. Yeah, so there was a neighborhood kid years ago that came by. He came to our door, okay? He was selling lemonade in a red Dixie cup, and it was $5 for lemonade. And it gets better, you guys, okay? Okay, so are you ready for this? So after that, we knew the kid, and so we were like, okay, you know, he's trying to start his small business, and you want to support these kids. And so you're like, okay, sure, even though, you know, price of inflation, $5 for a little cup of lemonade. So then we get another knock on the door, okay? And we open it, and it's the same kid again. And he said, excuse me, I was just wondering, do you have any lemons? So not only did he want $5 for a cup of lemonade, he needed more lemons. And so he came by asking for more lemons. Oh my God. So funny. The heaviness of the rock was the selling feature for him. Oh my God. It's really good, guys. This is a 5-pounder. It's worth twice the amount. Oh, it's hurting my face. I'm laughing so much. That's so funny. Anytime I think about the rock, do you remember the Charlie Brown, or it was like, I got a rock, the Halloween episode? I always think of Charlie Brown. It's too funny. Yeah, my son at one point, he was making so you know, the whole Pokemon thing is kind of around when he was more interested in that, and he's already away from that now, but the whole, like, the cards, you know, where it'll have a picture of something and then it tells you all the stats about the character, a little description, whatever. And so he started making those cards with his own characters, and they were actually pretty cool, but he didn't have the right materials to really make it feel like a card. And so because he didn't even have regular tape, he had double-sided tape, and so he like covered the whole thing with tape to try to kind of make it feel like it was a card, you know. But then it was like totally sticky because it was a double-sided tape. Oh, it was so funny. Of course, I ended up buying them all because, he's like, Mom, can I set up a table outside? And I don't know. Maybe I should just let him, but at the same time, people can sometimes be super mean, and so you never know. Uh, at least he didn't want the cup of lemonade. Froggy, oh my God. That's too funny. That's so true, though. Like, are you done with that cup? Could you clean it for me, too? Oh my God. I couldn't believe it. It was like my husband and I were just busting up laughing. It was so funny. Like, you can't make this stuff up, you threw away all their Pokemon cards. I am telling you, Froggy, like, so my son, like we were talking yesterday, my son is high functioning on the spectrum. And so he goes through phases of liking things. But when he's in the phase of liking something, he is like obsessed about it, right? And so when it was Pokemon, he gets really interested in owning like all the plushies that he can find. Oh, I don't have that character. I need that one, because he's like a collector. So he builds these collections to just have them. So I think that's the release of endorphins that he gets. It's like, oh, but I have that one. So it's like part of a collector's thing. And not even so much about what it is, right? It's just about having it. And so anyway, when he really wanted the plushies and started getting really interested in that, we're at Target and those things are expensive. You're buying them, $20-$30 a pop. And so I went on Facebook Marketplace and some lady was selling her collection of them because clearly her kid had outgrown the collection. And so she was getting rid of them. And I think I might have spent a couple $100. I'll be honest. But I got like bags and bags of these plushies. I think like 2 sleeping bags, bunch of cards. It was a whole set that she was just getting rid of. So I was like, okay, you know what? This is cheaper buying this now than it is if I'm, buying each individual one. Like $200 would get me probably maybe 10 plushies, probably not even that much. So I went with it. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I started doing. I thought that's a great idea. So as my kids sort of filter through these collections of things, I'm going on Facebook Marketplace and I'm selling off the things that they're done with. So like I just sold, my daughter had a bunch of mini brands because she was all into that for a while. So for $20, I just got rid of all of her mini brands, It's like, what are you going to do with all this stuff? They're not into it anymore, but it's still popular. So, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Steve was talking about how it's interesting what boys and girls are into because they tend to vary, not always, but they do tend to vary. They do overlap in some ways, but yeah, for sure. My daughter likes squishmallows, which are huge. And so, when you collect those, like her room is covered in plushies. But yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I think it's just, there's so many times too where everything is so similar, but like a small amount of something changes and people just go nuts, And I mean, to that point, like the Yummi Cats is kind of like that too, right? They're all cats, so they're all relatively the same shape. But then they represent different ice cream flavors. So there's like, they have different looks about them, but it's like the same kind of thing. So with Squishmallows is what I'm kind of getting at is like, they all are sort of that pod shape, right? That sort of ovally pod shape in just different sizes. Same with like Cats vs. Pickles. Like that was another one that came out. They're all very similar, but they all have different prints on them, all that. But the kids, they just like go nuts. They have to have all of them. They become collectors. I was a collector when I was a kid of the Beanie Babies, I'll admit. This is before the weird glittery eye ones. This is like the authentic. We found the platypus on the ground. That's what started the whole collecting of the Yummi Cat, or of the, see, mine's on Yummi Cats, of the Thai Beanie Babies. But we got crazy. So again, this is when I was a kid. Like the whole McDonald's thing where they came out with the little bears and stuff. Like we were going to all the McDonald's that even we had so much McDonald's that we didn't even want to eat it anymore. And we like the people, there were homeless people around and we were trying to give food. They didn't even want it, you know, because like so many people, it got crazy. Nobody wanted McDonald's because they're just like, oh my God, I'm so sick of, you know, chicken nuggets. But we wanted the plushies. You had to get the Happy Meal. Oh my gosh. Collecting, I tell you. We all have our little things we collect. Do you guys have any things you collect now as an adult? Or even if there's any kids joining that you guys like to collect? I'm curious. I admit I have become a collector of bees. And that stemmed from the video game on Roblox my kids got me to play called Bee Swarm Simulator. It's the one Roblox game that I actually really enjoyed. I actually my character got up higher than my son's. And then which made him frustrated because I was like beating him, you know, but because I played it all the time. It got a little crazy there. But anyways, I don't really play it that much anymore. But yeah, it started my sort of love of bees, which is where Frizzy Bee came from. They had one of the bees in the game is called Fuzzy Bee. And he was like my favorite character, and I could never get that bee. I still don't have that bee. Everybody else in the family would get it, but me. I never ended up getting it, but I just loved Fuzzy Bee, so I think that's where I got Frizzy Bee. So, Simply Made collects bags and pillows and yarn. You mean like a purse bag or... And yarn, yeah. Yarn, yes, I could say that that's definitely a collection of mine. For sure. Definitely. But I really need to, I've been really getting into using blanket yarn, but that's kind of why I did the ladybug, the test pattern in the acrylic, is because I have so much acrylic yarn. It was like, another time I found on Facebook Marketplace, there was a gal that was selling her yarn stash, and it was a couple $100, but I'm telling you, it was like, I want to say there were 6 full black 32-gallon bags, trash bags, full of yarn, all different acrylic yarns, some multiple skeins. So I got a huge collection of yarn. It was just nuts. So now I have all this yarn and I need to do stuff with it. And then I got into the blanket yarns, and then I started collecting blanket yarn, and my acrylic yarn is in tubs and I need to use it. So I think like that's what I'm going to start trying to do, is I'll make a pattern in the blanket yarn and then I'll maybe test it in acrylic, and that way you can also see the size difference. So if people want to make it in one versus the other, then they'll have kind of a visual gauge of it, and I can measure all that jazz. So you collect like big bags. I don't know what you mean. Like what kind of bags? Like bags just for yarn, or now I'm curious. Decorative bags? Handbags? Purses, maybe? I have to be careful because if you guys are used to blanket yarn, like the end will just, you have to be careful because it just kind of starts to come apart. So you have to be careful. It's very frustrating too. Like I got these yarn needles that have a really big eye hole, because the blanket yarn is hard to put through the ones that are like the smaller eye hole, but still for yarn. The other ones work great for acrylic, but for this blanket yarn, it would just keep pulling the end off. And so then I'd have to fold it to try to get it to work, to get it through the eye hole. And then sometimes it would get stuck because it was too thick. Just a mess. So I bought these bigger eye hole ones, and it works good for the blanket yarns. So, okay. We're on the last foot of this sprinkle. But I gotta make sure that sprinkle can stand. I need a flat surface here. Hang on. Bear with. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. Here we go. Oh, okay. You collect bags like the Joanne bag I had. Yes. Preach. Yeah. They keep coming out with new ones too. That's the problem. They have so many different ones and then they just keep coming out with new ones and it's like, ugh. Yeah. And I never bring a bag. I don't even when I go grocery shopping. And I should because obviously it's better for the environment too. But at least I reuse, like I'll reuse the plastic bags for different things like trash liners, that kind of thing. So I do try to repurpose with them, but I never remember them in the trunk. That's the problem. Don't ever remember the bags. But with the bags from Joann's though, I'll actually like if my son's having a sleepover or something, I'll use those, you know, because they stuff a lot of things, or you can stuff a lot of things in there, and they're cute. So, and my favorite though. Oh my god, my favorite one recently. I think I showed it to you guys. It's has ghosts on it, and it says this is some boo sheet. Oh, it was awesome. Hello, Draco Malfoy, one and only Bay. Hi, how's it going? Are you tuning in from Frizzy Bee or Yummi Cats? Say hello and where you're tuning in from. I am just finishing up a sprinkle here. This is Sprinkle. It's my birthday cake ice cream cat for Yummi Cats. And this one's gonna be for Angela, who is a returning customer of mine. And then the other one is going to the United Kingdom. Oh, I've seen that. Okay, Simply Made. That is such a good idea. So she takes her plastic grocery bags and she turns them into yarn that you can turn into market bags. Oh, wait, hang on. I think I read that wrong. Okay, you turn it into yarn that you can turn into market bags. Okay. I've seen people take plastic bags and they make rugs out of them. That's where my brain went. Where they actually like crochet with them and they make interesting rugs, area rugs and things like that. It's kind of cool that you can repurpose them in that way, you know? I like it. Yeah, like if I get bubble wrap or things like that, I always I'll reuse it. So if I'm having to send something, you know, I'll use that so that I can repurpose it. So I would never buy it, but, you know, I try to reutilize things like that just because we don't want to add to the landfills and such. But, okay, this Sprinkle cat, the cat part is done. She just needs Patty, her party hat. But I'm just going to clip away the end here. So Angela, if you are watching, your Sprinkle is complete. And there's Sprinkle. Cute. She just needs her little Patty the party hat and then she'll be officially complete. But for now, the cat is done. Now we got the other one that needs legs. So that's what I'm working on. Got more ends. So I use these and I use some in this Sprinkle too. So inside of the inner lining, I stuff my ends in there because it's plush. It acts as stuffing, and that's a good way to get them used up. Because I don't want to just throw them away. It just seems kind of wasteful. So I've started finding ways to use them. I see sometimes people will actually work them all into a project, but that seems like a lot of ends for me to have to tie in. So you spin okay, so you have to spin the plastic bag. So is that like, do you spin them like you're twisting them to make them into a yarn, or I don't really know how you would do that, but yeah. All right, we're getting these little feetsies going here. Steve, how's your dodo bird coming? Here we go. I was thinking, I'm debating, but I'm trying to think of what tutorial I should do next. I was thinking of taking one of the patterns that I have and making a tutorial out of it, like the floppy cat or something like that. And actually just working through it from start to finish on YouTube. Oh, you have a yarn spinner. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, I have this one, this purple one. And my daughter, she started like cranking the little thing, and what it did, so inside of it has like a bigger gear that's touching on a smaller gear, and the bigger gear detached basically from the smaller gear, and so it was making these really ugly looking donuts instead of cakes. And at first I had no idea what the heck was going on with it. So I had to YouTube, Google it, and found a video where they kind of step you through how to fix it. So my husband and I worked together and we got it fixed. Oh, hi Pat, welcome back. Yeah, so we got it fixed. So now it works well again. And she came over the other day and she started doing that again. And I'm like, Lizzie, stop. Ixnay, like, don't do that because it's already broken once, please. So yeah. But if that's something, like, I might do a video on that too, just because it was really frustrating. I'm like, I thought I was doing something wrong. I wasn't sure what the heck was going on. So, hi Belle. Oh, you're making a penguin and it's looking adorable so far. Awesome. Very cool. What kind of yarn are you using? So Steve is working on the feet and the legs and have head today and neck done. Next is wings and then it'll be done. That sounds like a pretty intense pattern. Wow. Okay. Simply May was explaining her yarn spinner. That's cool. Yeah. I'm going to have to upgrade to some other kinds of things for sure. So, because I mean, that one is good, but it is like if I ended up starting to sell a lot of kits and things like that, and I'd have to be doing a lot more of the using of it, I might need to start getting like an electric one or something. Clam dragons. Can I have Mr. Crumbles? Unfortunately, honey, we've got this is my business, so I can't give things out, but sometimes I do giveaways and things like that. So I'll definitely add Mr. Crumble to the next giveaway. He seems like he's becoming more popular, so yeah, that can be in the future. But in the meantime, I like I was saying earlier, I want to start coming up with some videos where I can show you guys how to make some of these characters, but not necessarily in crochet, but it would be like out of clay or how to draw them or something of that nature, maybe like out of felt we could do, because I like to do a lot of different kinds of art. So I'm not only a crochet artist. I like to, use different mediums. And so I could certainly share. I've even made things out of shrink plastic, which is a lot of fun. Like I've made earrings and different things too, out of shrink plastic. So that could be fun too. Or you can make like a little pin, Mr. Crumble's pin, something like that. Lots of options. I still have to paint those clay ones that I made, you guys. They're still sitting downstairs needing to be painted. I was thinking of actually just like filming myself painting them and chatting and having that be on my Patreon. Oh, you might be getting Sprinkle for your birthday, Belle. Awesome. Yes, Yummi Cats is my channel. It's my other channel that's specific to my Yummi Cats plushies. So, yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed over there, go for it. And I think I will have separate content. So this is cross-pollination, as I like to say. even though my husband says that's not a word, but maybe it isn't. No, I like to use that word though. But yeah, so because I'm working on Yummi Cats right now, I'm on both the channels. But I sometimes will hop on and I'm working on other things, so that'll just be on Frizzy Bee. And then if I was just doing some sort of a tutorial on something for Yummi Cats, then that would just be on the Yummi Cats channel. So if you're on one and not the other and you want to see all that content, then yeah, make sure that you're subscribed to both. Oh, okay, Pat, thank you so much for joining us. You guys, you have a lovely rest of your day. Steve says he loves Shrinky Dinks back in the day, right? Yeah, I know. Those have been around for a very long time. Shrinky Dinks. Oh my gosh. Yeah, now it's just shrink plastic. But yeah, my brain always goes to Shrinky Dinks too. I remember being in art class back in high school and we made things out of we made Shrinky Dinks, and they had like the little toaster oven and we stuck them in there and watched them shrink. It was really cool. Okay, so you agree cross-pollinating is a word. Good. Okay. I don't know why he doesn't think it's a word, but I think it so perfectly describes what I do, because I like to do things that can be in multiple uses. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. Oh, you love the cat spell. Thank you. Thank you so much. Me too, but obviously I make them, so of course I love them. Yeah. They're very cute. Actually, so sometimes when, in fact, I had somebody that purchased one and for her granddaughter, and she gave me a recommendation for one of the next flavors and a name as well. So if you guys ever have ideas of what's your favorite ice cream flavor, even if you have some name ideas, let me know. So vanilla bean is going to be one of the next ones, because that one actually, so not only is that my son's very favorite ice cream, but I've also actually had a couple of other kiddos that are very interested in vanilla. So vanilla will be on the next collection of cats to come out. I really want to do an orange cream, like an orange creamsicle kind of thing. So popsicles too, ice cream and popsicles kind of go hand in hand. And then what was the other one? Oh, so the gal whose granddaughter, she was buying stuff for her granddaughter, cotton candy is actually her favorite. So she wanted me to make a pink and blue cotton candy cat. So I already got the yarn for it. So that will be in the next series of cats as well. And that one will have the name Candy and I at the end. So Candi. So I'm going to make that as kind of a nod to her suggestion. I think that was a great suggestion. So yeah, let me know, you guys, what your favorites are. In the first initial collection, for me, peppermint is actually one of my favorites and I love it around the holidays. And so that's why I made Piper. And Piper's actually been getting some love lately. I sold one of the big ones, and then I sold, I think, 2 of the kittens of Piper. So I'm obviously not the only one who likes peppermint ice cream. A raspberry ripple cat named Berry. Oh, that'd be cute. I like that. That is my son who's joined the chat. Hi, son. I did not hear you scream when you hit your toe. Sorry. Oh my goodness. My kids have also followed me, and so when they see that I am on, then they often will pop in and say hello. So I'm sorry you stubbed your toe, son. That sounds pretty painful. Okay, so Belle, I'm gonna write your idea down. So I keep a list. I actually have quite the list going, where my family and I sat down and started thinking of different ice cream flavors and names that we could use and stuff like that. So I've got a list, and I'm always adding to it. So raspberry ripple and name Berry. All right, good idea. All right, back to Sprinkle. Sprinkle has only 1 foot right now, so she needs to have her feet. Hi, son. Are you crying because of your toe hurting, or? It's too funny. Uh, Here we go. Okay, we're tying off this end, and then I'm gonna get another foot. So, okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. One foot. It got like really quiet all of a sudden. I don't know if there was somebody who was maybe mowing a lawn or something, but I was picking up on background noise, but now it's really really quiet all of a sudden. And some pretty dark clouds are rolling in, so I'm thinking we might get rain. Go ice your toe, son. That's too funny. Okay. So just get that here going. So I think after we hop off, and actually it's the time passes with you guys so quickly. I'm telling you, I absolutely love hanging out with you. So we've already been going for an hour and a half. I think what I'll probably do is just I'm going to finish sewing the feet onto this sprinkle, and then we'll call it. So I'll hang out for a bit longer here while we finish up this sprinkle, at least for this week. And then I'll be back on next week, of course, every week. I think the only week that I've missed so far since starting this was last week, and that was because we were literally driving back from Seaside. So I couldn't really hop in. But I definitely missed you guys. I really enjoy coming and hanging out. So, lemon swirl cat named Lemmy. Oh, that's cute. I like that. I also love lemon ice cream too. So, lemon swirl. I was actually thinking of, I want to do something. So my cat, who I showed earlier, he's still there, you guys. There's Merlin. He's a tuxedo. He's a long-haired tuxedo cat. So I was thinking of something like a fudge swirl sort of a thing, maybe, where I could incorporate that sort of white and then a really dark, maybe a really dark brown, because sometimes when you go and you get ice cream, you'll see that it's like so dark brown it's almost black, but not quite. So I might do something like that to kind of try to get that sort of tuxedo-y kind of look in there, but also get the ice cream flavor too. So I know, if they want my attention, all they have to do is join the live stream. That is very true. My daughter, as you know, in the past has done that and has oh my god, yes, Simply Made coffee ice cream. Yes, that must be on there. Coffee ice cream, yes, of course. I also it's not just about the flavors too. So sometimes, like, I try to think about how to incorporate other things too. So it's not just necessarily about the color. So for the cats that are originals, it's mostly just about the color, right? So it's the different colors that make you think of ice cream flavors. But for the deluxe cats like Sprinkle, there's other things that get added in. So like she has the birthday candle tail, she has Patty the party hat because she, it has to do with the things that she likes to do. So each of the cats has their own personality, own likes and interests. And so obviously Sprinkle, being a party cat, likes to party, so she's got her party hat friend. But yeah, so if it's a deluxe cat, they have different things that come along with them. Piper the peppermint cat has Holly the little peppermint pal that comes with, things like that. So I do try to come up with some unique variations on that where I can actually do something extra. Nanner comes with the little banana split pal, that kind of thing. So I feel like coffee is really good, and we should come up with a way to make it a deluxe flavor. So we'll have to come up with like an extra bit in there. Your cat's name's Pumpkin, Steve. Aw, that's so cute. I love that for a name. Oh, that's so cute. I know, like a pumpkin spice ice cream would be really cute too. So My goodness. My son he's trying to get in. Should I let him in? Should I let him come and say hi? I can hear my voice in the background outside of the door. Okay, so pumpkin is a tuxedo tortoise shell. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that combination. We used to have a tortoise shell cat named Jezzy. So, all right, my son wants to come in and say hi. So I'm going to let him come and say hi. So bear with. Let me go open the door. So here is my son. He wants to come and say hello to everyone. So say hi. We call him Pookie.
Hello.
How's it going, dear?
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm about to go back to Tavin's house. I just came here to say hi. I said, yeah, I gotta ask my mom something, and left.
Yeah. Yeah. You wanted to come and say hi, but you're gonna go hang with your friends?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, it's good hanging out. We have your school thing later, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
so we'll do
did
that
you get
later.
any ideas for any Yummi Cats yet?
Yeah. Yeah, we've got raspberry ripple, lemon swirl, and coffee so
You should
far.
make like a Rocky Road one. Rocky?
Yeah, that would be
Or
a good
maybe
idea.
like a cookies and cream one would be nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Cookie.
have a little Oreo type cookie on the head that's removable like a POW.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cute. Oh, my husband's joining in too. The whole gang. He's like, oh shoot, is she still on? Hey, you're getting the whole gang today, you guys. That's too funny. Oh my gosh. He's like, the door's open. I'm coming in. You only get this with lives, am I right? I mean, you just never know what's going to happen when you hop on, you know? I don't. I never know. You gonna go hang out with your friends?
Mm-hmm.
All right, bud.
Love you, Mom.
Love you too. Can you shut the door?
Yeah.
Thank you.
The cat's in here. That one's trying to get him out.
No, he could stay in.
And he already
Oh, okay. I guess Arthur was trying to join us, my other cat, who's usually behind the wall. Hi, Moonrose Crafts. Welcome in. Thank you guys for being so go with the flow. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's, you know, this is different too for them because I've never really gone live this often. And so when they're home and they know that I'm going on and they can see me on the camera because they tune in as well, they get like so excited and they want to just be a part of it. So yeah, much appreciated. My husband though, if he knew that I was on, he would not have popped his head in. And he's so tall, so of course you could see him. He's like 6'5", so you can't miss him. That's so funny. He's like, oh shoot, the door was open, darn it. All right, so Sprinkle's other foot is on. You know, it's like when I go live, I feel like I'm maybe not as productive in a sense because I'm talking a lot and I'm getting sidetracked a lot and stuff like that. But I have so much fun, so I have to keep coming on and hanging with you guys. I don't care if I'm not as productive for an hour or two. Okay, nope, I found it. My needle just disappeared. It decided to hop under a pin. Hi, Gooix. Welcome into the chat. We're live, so let us know where you're tuning in from. Okay, we've got 2 more feet. This is the end of it here. So let's just finish off these 2 feet. Kickstarter, how's the Kickstarter going? Thanks for asking. Yeah, so we're halfway there, which is super exciting. So it's not halfway to the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal would be to be able to make both Sprinkle and Nanner into plushies. We're halfway to the initial goal, which would be for Sprinkle. So, but you know, I feel like that's pretty good for having just started it like what, maybe 2 weeks ago. So yeah. Oh, you're in New Jersey. Oh, awesome. I have some family out that way. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so it's going really well, and it's like a fine line, right? I don't want to just be like back the Kickstarter, but I'm also excited about it, and so I'm trying to kind of do that balance where I want to remind people and let people know that it's going on, without being like pushy salesy. I hate that kind of thing. I know I don't like it for myself, so I don't want to have to. I don't want to do that. Yeah. I have no idea what my son is putting on there. Something with a chill cat, but he's joining in saying hi again. Uh, but yeah, so Kickstarter's going well. I'm still working with the manufacturer for Nanner. So Sprinkle is like the one that you see in the image. That's the final, that's the one I approved. Like, we're good to go on that one. But Nanner is still being made up. And basically, so you may or may not have noticed, but in the image of Nanner that's in the Kickstarter, there's a little photoshopping involved because I changed the eyes a little bit, and there was like a marking under the X that was meant to be a shadow in the drawing, but they had embroidered it, and I didn't like that, so I tried to erase it as best as I could. So it's definitely a bit of a shaboobied looking thing. It's not perfect. So I'm trying to work with them to get it to look like that picture, basically. And so they had sent me their latest version of it yesterday, and I'm still not quite happy with it, but I know we're gonna get there because we did with Sprinkle, so I'm not worried about that. So I just told them, like, I sent them the picture and said, I want it to look just like this, like the eyes, everything. I really like how this looks. So if we can get that replicated, then we'll be good to go. So I feel like we're almost there. Oh, you're excited for the giveaway. So the giant one, is that the one you're talking about? For the giant, she's right behind me, actually, Sprinkle. She's hanging out on the couch. Yeah, so I should just mention, because I think there was a little confusion with the giveaway. So if you do back the Kickstarter, there's multiple ways to get in for the giveaway. So count it as 3 different ways to get in. Even though it looks like there's more than that, basically the first several are just the different tiers of backing, and you can get your name in different amounts of times depending on which level basically that you back. So it's not meant to be your name under each single one. It's meant to be like if you backed the $25, plushie one, that particular entry would be the one that you put your name in for. If you backed the $110 mega bundle, then that's the one. So you don't necessarily put your name in for all the prior ones. It's just for that level, right? And then the other 2 things you can enter in for, one is like sharing about it and I even provided actually an update on Kickstarter. So I put in some text you could use, an image you can use to share. So it's just a copy and paste bit onto social media just to help spread the word. So that can get your name in the hat. That doesn't cost anything. And then the last way was if you wanted to support the yummicats.com handmade site that I have, then you can go on, and if you spend $20 or more, you can get your name in the hat that way too. Oh, it was great hanging out with you too, Simply Made. Thanks for staying in with us this whole time. That was awesome. Have a good rest of your day. Okay, so anyway, just to kind of go a little bit backtrack so I could explain that on the Kickstarter, because I noticed there was a lot of sort of like duplicates on that. And so, yeah. I even had somebody, you guys, this was like, I've never seen somebody do this, but they had backed each one and kept adjusting their backing to go all the way to the mega bundle, and then they canceled it. And so it was like kind of like negated everything, and it kind of felt like they were just, obviously they wanted to get their name in the hat. Like, I totally get that. That's why I have the free options too. But like that kind of stuff, I have to take those sort of entries down because, obviously the whole goal is to get this going. And so you can't like put your name in and then take it out, and then, we're not going to get to the goal that way. So we really need to just work together here. And then I can get them made, and I'm so excited about it. So I really want to get these little plushies. Although I can't imagine what 500 per cat is going to look like when they send them my way. I don't even know how many boxes of plushies I'm going to end up with. We were just talking about how small my space is. I would not keep them in this space. Those would find another home so that they're not in my small little studio area here. But yeah, I'll have to go through each one and, quality control, make sure everything's good. So I'll get to do all that fun stuff if we can reach the goal. But yeah, I've already got ideas for other Kickstarters too. Like I want to do some enamel pins once because I love doing enamel pins, and I think that would be really fun. And they're super popular on Kickstarter as well. So yeah. Can I release patterns? Patterns for like crochet patterns? So yeah, so I can't release the patterns for the plushies themselves and such. But one of my patrons actually had a really great idea, which I thought was awesome. And she was saying that maybe we could do some like accessories. So if you had a Yummi Cat, then I can do other things that you can then just do with them, right? So maybe, I don't know, maybe I could come up with a tutorial for some other kind of like a topping pal or like a different hat they could wear or like an outfit. So I could come up with other sort of things that you could use as an add-on to the cat that you already have. So I think that would be interesting. And then I think doing some tutorials on making them in different materials. So not like crochet, but maybe like I was saying, I could teach how to make them out of clay or like shrinky dinks. We can make some pins or do some other fun things like that, or how to draw them, that kind of stuff. So I'll definitely have tutorials for Yummi Cats. It just won't specifically be for crochet just because that's the whole business. So I kind of have to keep it in the locked vault, I guess, if you will, at least at this point, So, but yeah, I think that would be fun. Can you imagine like some little outfits or something, or some like extra little, like a random hat or something, or maybe things for the holidays. Maybe I could make like some reindeer antlers or something that you could have, kind of in the same way that Patty, the party hat is, where she's got like the elastic band to hold her on the head. So we could do something like that, and I'll make like little reindeer antlers or a little Christmas tree or, whatever. I'm just thinking out loud here, but I think that would be cute. You'd be like, deck up your Yummi for the holidays, right? Make like little elf shoes. Oh my God, can you imagine? Like little hooked elf shoes or something? See, now my mind is going a mile a minute. I'm thinking of all the possibilities. What else could we do? We could do a little red nose, like a reindeer nose, and have it come around the back. Santa hats. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Holidays are coming. So, yeah. That would be fun. I like that idea. Yeah, and then, if you didn't own a Yummi Cat, but you still wanted to make the little hats or whatever, you could still make them for if you had a different plushie you wanted to put them on. Yeah. I'm liking this idea. I need to come up with some patterns. Back to the drawing board. Okay, 3 legs down, 1 to go, 1 foot to go. So 1 more foot, and then I'll probably sign off because we've been going now almost 2 hours. So this is like a 2-hour live, you guys. A pumpkin cat. Oh, I read that at first. I said it right, but I was reading it as a pumpkin hat because we were talking accessories, which would also be cute. But yes, a pumpkin cat for sure. That would be awesome because I think there is a pumpkin ice cream or pumpkin spice ice cream, and pumpkin spice, it's all a jam. In fact, every morning now, because they came out with the Keurigs, the pumpkin spice Keurigs. So I've been making myself lattes in the morning because I'm all about pumpkin spice. Like I am that person, when Starbucks comes out with their pumpkin cream cold brews, I'll be there. I'm writing it down. Okay, here we go. I've got my pumpkin spice flavor on there. So yeah. So I actually got reached out to this week by another company. It's another crochet company called High Crochet, HI and then Crochet. And they were asking if I would basically, they do different kits. And so they wanted to collab with me where I can make some of their kits and just kind of help promote them, and then that hopefully their following would also see us over here on Frizzy Bee, because they're seeing me through Frizzy Bee, not through Yummi Cats. But anyways, so I've picked some of theirs out, and I'm gonna do it, you guys. I think it'll be fun. So it's gonna be, I'll probably do a video, kind of like a review sort of a video, and showcase myself making it, what comes in the kits and things like that. And the reason that I decided to go ahead and do it is theirs are different than mine. So it's not, they use a lot of different mechanical things inside of their kits, which is pretty cool. And it's something I've thought of doing, but I've never tried. And so this is kind of a way for me to understand like how that works, and maybe I can utilize that for some of my own things. So I think that would be really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna have those sent my way, and then I'll have some videos and things I'll kind of showcase. So it's going to be my first collab of this nature, and so I'm kind of also wanting to showcase that, hey, I'm willing to do collabs with other small businesses and that kind of thing. So it should be interesting. Should be lots of fun. But yeah, one of the things I'm hoping they send me, I don't know yet what they're going to send me, but one of the things I'm hoping they'll send me is they make crochet fans. So one of them is like, it's called the Lotus fan, and it's like flower shaped, and it's a mandala type. And I've never done a mandala crocheted. So this is like a mandala style. So this is totally different than I'm used to. But yeah, and then it's got like a wire frame that's a flower shape that you build it onto. And then it has a wooden stick for the fanning part. And then it has like a beautiful tassel. And I don't know if it comes with, but I think it comes with a holder for it. It's really, really pretty, you guys. So I'm excited on that one. And then I picked out one of their other ones too to do that has a mechanism. It's like one of those things that you like pull the string and then something else moves on it. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. Oh, you're gonna buy a sprinkle plushie. Oh, that's awesome. I will add it to my list of things I'm making. I've got 2 sprinkles going to the UK this week, which is super cool. And then I got a nanner going, and yeah, it's really fun. And I like to share, like, I think I'm going to just keep doing that. I like to share on social media my thank yous to people that have purchased, and I'll show like what they've bought, and then I'll usually say thank you to, first name and maybe the state or something like that, so that they know that it's theirs that's coming. So I've been enjoying doing that, just to kind of to share what I'm making, and then also to give a shout out to people that are supporting the Yummi Cats. So yeah, I need to do some more stop motion too. That was so much fun. I've done 2 so far. I bought the app on my phone that's supposed to allow you to do a lot of different things, like even effects and stuff. I have not got that far yet. I just filmed 2 little clips. One was the Lone Coco, which was this one about it was like a little kitten Coco and its little his little sister. So they were kind of playing a game. So I did that one, and then I did one with Sprinkle and Patty, and the Patty was like jumping onto the head of Sprinkle. And I was quite proud of myself. I'll admit to it. I've never done it before, but I've always loved stop motion. And so to be able to figure it out enough, these are super short, so I want to get into doing longer ones, but yeah, but they were so much fun. And I just think it's unique, right? Like, I think too, I'll use those in other ways. Like, I can use those not only on social media, I can use it on the website. I can do compilation videos, So it's fun. I grew up with like claymation and Wallace and Gromit and, Gumby and Pokey and that kind of thing. So stop motion is is really fun. All right. I'm just tying this last leg off here. Here we go. So this sprinkle is going, let me see if I wrote it down. Okay, this is the this sprinkle is going to be going to the UK. I didn't write down who it's going to, but this little one is going to be going to the United Kingdom. So this would be an international traveler. How cool is that? Oh, thank you, Guix. Thanks for sending my Kickstarter to all your friends. That's great. I really appreciate it. That's how I feel. It's word of mouth, right? Like that's how you can get these things happening and things. But yeah, I mean, there was just no way that I could, being a new small business, I can't afford to pay for them just out of pocket right now. So the Kickstarter is my way to kind of gauge interest and then also just, have the income to be able to purchase 500 plushies of each of those designs. I still have no idea what that's going to look like. Are they going to shrink, like suck out the air? I don't even know. But I'm excited, and I'm gonna I'll show it to you guys too. Like if and when we can get them put out there, I will take you along so you can see the whole process and like unboxing them and everything else, because I think it's really, for me anyways, I find that very interesting to watch. So I will show that to you guys, an unboxing, if you will. In fact, I think I'm also going to start putting my business address on these videos too. If you guys own a small business and you would like me to unbox something and showcase your business, I would like to start doing that. So it's kind of goes along with the collabs that I was just mentioning about to you guys. So yeah, if you guys want to send some happy mail my way, I will unbox those on the channel and give you shout outs and your business, because I really think that we have to support each other when we have these small businesses. And you know, it helps, it just helps the whole community of small business owners to get their work out there. You know, it's really, it's a cool, I feel like we're a cool group of people, and I want to showcase that. So yeah, so I'll put that link down below, or not, it's not a link, right? I'll put my address, my business address for me down below. So if you guys want to send happy mail, I will unbox it on the channel. So anyway, okay, I'm cutting this off. Not only the live, just because like 2 hours, you guys, you know, we got to hang out together. This was a lot of fun for me. I love this. I'm just going to poke in that end there. And we've got 2 sprinkles. So I feel like I've accomplished something today, right? I've got 2 sprinkles ready for their new homes. They just need their little party hat companions. But yeah. So even though we were chatting for 2 hours, I still got 2 things done. And when I pop off, my goal is going to be to finish the pattern for my little ladybug here. And her name is Lynn, by the way. I didn't mention that. So this is just like a quick aside, but if you're interested, a small little story here. So when our extended family came and visited from Virginia, she had told me this story about a friend of hers who is allergic to everything. And I mean everything, like bugs included in this. Her friend would carry around like 4 EpiPens, and it's just crazy, right? It's kind of like that whole kid in a bubble thing, right? Well, her friend, the only thing that she was not allergic to are ladybugs. Like, how interesting is that? So anyway, her name is Lynn. And so I thought that Lynn the ladybug, I mean, you can't ask for a more perfect name than that, right? So this is Lynn and her little underwings that are optional stitched on there. So this pattern will be coming out for my patrons exclusively. This is the exclusive pattern of the month, if you will. So I'm going to finish up that pattern, typing it up and getting all the pictures together and everything, and that will be posted hopefully by the end of this week. And then I'll eventually have it on my other shops to purchase, but I'm going to have it be an exclusive for my patrons for a little while here. And so that's just like a little perk of being a patron of mine for Frizzy Bee. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed hanging out with me. I know I've enjoyed hanging out with you guys and, chit-chatting with you for the last 2 hours. This has been great. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to the next live. All right. Thank you so much, guys. See ya.